I'm Dr. R.S.UDAROLI, Assistant Professor, Department of History, St.Joseph College, Cuddalore. Today my topic is James Munro. James Munro as a era of good feeling of United States of America. To start at the content of the title, early life, plantation of the slavery, early political career, and Governor of Virginia and a diplomatic, Secretary of State and War, and Presidency of 1872 1825. Early life. James Munro was born April 28, 1758. He has the parents of house in wooded area of the West Maryland of country in Virginia. They make the site of this one of the 1 mile from the uncooperated of the community known as the today is the Munro houses. At the age of 11, Munro was enrolled the Campbelltown Academy in Lone School in the country. He attended the school of the only 11 weeks, a year as his labor was needed on the farm. In 1774, the opposition of the British government, the 13 colonies, in a reaction to the Intolerable Act, and Virginia sent the delegates. The first Continental Congress, Munro became the involved the opposition to Lord Dunmore. The colonial governor of Virginia he took part of the in storming of the governor of the places and politician of the slavery. Munro sold his small Virginia politician in 1783 to enter the law and politics, although he is owned the multiple properties over the course of his lifetime. During the course of his presidency, the Munro reminded the convenience of the slavery was wrong and supported of the private manumissions. But at the same time, instated that any attempt to promote encampment would causes more the problem. The similar that the heritage of the revolution, which black with white, then mixed race of inhabitants were indisciplinary, selected as a event their field. Political life. That is early political life. After arriving the Francis is Munro addressed a national convention receiving standing ovation for his speech, the celebrating of the republicanism. He was experienced several early diplomatic success, including the protection of US trade from the French attack. In 1798, the Munro the published a view the conduct of the executive in the foreign affairs of the United States that connected with the mission of the French Republic during the year of 1794, 5th and 6th. It was a long the defense his term as a minister of two branches. In part 4, Governor of Virginia and diplomatic personality. One of the party line vote of the Virginia legislature, the elector of the Munro as governor of Virginia in 1799. He served the governor until the 1802. Governor of Munro, the secretly worked the president of James Munro, they secured the location and free and absolved the American suspected to the conspiracy of insurgency and treason and rebellion would be the permanently the banished. He also the considered using the Virginia military, the force of outcome in the favor of the Jefferson. In Jefferson won the election of 1800. He was appointed of the Madison as his Secretary of State. As a member of Jefferson Party, this leader of the largest state of the country, the Munro emerged as one of the Jefferson two most likely successor alongside of the Madison. Secretary of State and Secretary of War is Munro retained the Virginia houses in Burgesses and was election and to another term the governor of 1811, but he served is only 4 months, and he was supported of the Munro and Clay. The Madison asked to the Congress to declare a war upon the British, and Congress compiled on June 1812. This is the beginning of the War of 1812. The war went to the very badly, and Madison administration quickly shouted the peace, but he was rejected by the British. When the British banned the US Capitol and the White House on August 24 of the 1814, the Madison removed the Armstrong and Secretary War and turned his to Munro for help appointing of the Secretary of War on September 27. But the Americans celebrated an end of the war. Yes, a great victory, the partially due to the news of the treaty reaching the United States of shortly after Jackson victory in the Battle of the New Orleans. With the end of the Napoleon War in 1815, the British also they ended the practice of the imprisonment. After the war of the Congress authorized the creation of the National Bank in the from the Second Bank of the United States. Presidency of 1872 and 1825 is Munro the more largely they ignored the old party line in making the federal appointment with reduce the political tensions and argument and sense of the oneness that prevailed the United States is made to long the national tours to build the national trust as a Boston, a newspaper held is 1870. He visited the beginning of era of good feeling. The lacking the serious opposition and Democratic Republican Party, the congressional the caucus the stopped the meeting and for the practical purpose the party stopped the operating. The administration of the cabinet is Munro, the appointed of the geographically balanced cabinet thought which he had lead the executive branches at Munro requested and Carford continued to serve the Treasury of Secretary of State. In late of 1870,